Thank you so much for showing up and choosing yourself today. Here, we're gonna do some belly rest. So from here, relax. Relax the face muscles. Lengthen that spine and neck. And then from here, you can lift the shoulders, bring them up and back. Place your hands on your thighs. And now we're going to begin. So you can place one hand on your belly, or both hands, or you can place one hand on the heart. And from here, begin your belly breaths. Inhaling through your nose. Hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. Out of the mouth, release. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Release. And just continue at your pace. And just come back to your normal breath. Natural breath. No need to rush. And then when you're ready, you can begin to make your way up into a mountain pose. So come onto the mat. And then have your feet planted onto the ground. And then you're gonna sweep your arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms down. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale down. And then you can just stay here for a minute and hang. Then drop down into a squat, malasana. So and then place your hands into prayer pose and place your elbows into the corners of your knees. And just adjust until you find a comfortable position. You know, don't do exactly what I'm doing. Do what feels right to your body. And then from here, you can close your eyes if you are comfortable. If you would like to place something underneath you, like a pillow or a block, you can also do that. So I don't really need this pillow, but sometimes somebody may want a block or just some support. So stay here for a few breaths. Sinking with every exhale deeper into the hips. Then you're gonna come into a alternate, sort of like 90-degree hip stretch. So from here, drop the right knee and then bring it back to center. Drop the left knee. And you could do this as another way to stretch the hips, but if you feel like this is too much, then you can just stay in squat position. Then we're gonna come onto our mats and we are going to extend our legs straight, come onto our buttocks, and then from here you can lift the right knee, bend the right knee, and then place the right knee over the left knee. And then swing the arms up on an inhale. And then you're going to twist to the right. And you might hear some snap, crackles, and pops, but that's okay. And if this is too intense for you, you can always just wrap the arm around the knee and that will have the same effect. You can also come into Lord of Fishes pose by bending that left leg, the free leg, and make sure you're breathing here. And if you want to close your eyes, you can do so. Then we're gonna come back to center. And we're going to extend the left leg. And we're gonna extend the right leg. And do the same thing on the opposite side. So make sure you're sitting upright, legs extended, and then you're going to bend the left knee, put the left knee to the other side of the right leg, and then inhale and twist. you want to do Lord of the Fishes, you can bend that free leg. And it's not about perfection, it's about just being in your body, really, is the main goal, to be in tune with your body and your breath. So remember to keep doing your breathing. And then you're going to untwist. And then extend those legs. If you want to do a counter twist to the opposite side, you can do that as well. Then from here, we're going to come into bound ankle pose. So you can begin to bend both knees and then have the flats of the feet touching the edges of the feet are going to be touching the mat. And then from here, you can adjust the distance between your hips and your feet. So if you want to come closer, you can, or if you can, handle being back a little bit further. It's all up to you. And then, so once you're in bound angle, we're going to begin to come into a forward fold. So for me, I'm going to place a pillow underneath my belly. You don't have to. And then I'm going to come into my forward fold. And just take a few moments here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then begin to walk the hands back. And then from here, you're gonna make your way onto hands and knees. So I'm gonna come into bowing yogi mudra. So from here, you are going to come onto hands and knees. And I'm gonna put my pillow in between my hips and my feet because I want to feel that space. And then from there, after I put my pillow, which is optional, I'm going to come down. Inhale, exhale, bring the forehead to the mat. Open your hips. And then you're going to bring your hands behind you and interlace the fingers and squeeze the shoulder blades together. You can come as high or as low as you want, wherever feels comfortable to you. And just breathe here for a few breaths. Then you can bring your arms on the side of you or in front of you. And into child's pose. And just take some restoring breaths here. Just allow yourself to sink into the mat and let go of all muscle, active muscles, and just let it go. Release any tension in the muscles and any tension in the face or the body. And then we're gonna walk back up, right, slowly. Then we're gonna come into cat-cow. So back on hands and knees. And then from here, we're going to begin in our cow. So from here, hands flat on the mat, fingers spread wide, and then you're going to have a neutral spine. And then you're going to inhale and look up. Arch the back. And then begin to curve and round the spine from the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone. Exhale. And then you're going to come back into cat, cow, repeatedly at your own pace. Back to cat, cow, cat. Then from here, we're going to come into a seat. So from here, we're going to do shoulder rotations. So for this, you're going to place your fingertips onto your shoulders, and then your elbows are going to be out, lateral to your body on the sides. And then you're going to begin by bringing the elbows to touch. And then you're going to bring the arms up and around. Nice and easy. And then reverse direction. And if your elbows don't touch, that's okay. You know, everybody's body is not the same. But that doesn't mean that you still can't get an effective experience from the movements. So if you're just here, that's okay. Then we're gonna come into a wind release pose. So you're gonna come flat on your back and then put the hands on the knees. So you're going to bring the feet down, inhale. And then exhale when you bring the knees towards the chest. And you're gonna repeat this for a couple breaths. You can do some circles. You can alternate between your left and your right leg. And then from here, you're gonna bring both knees in, and then you're gonna come into supine twist. You can use props or pillows for your comfort if you would like, but it's optional. So from here, come in a 90-degree, inhale, and then drop the knees to the right, exhale. You can cactus the arms. And then you can do the opposite side. Continue breathing and just melt into this mat. And then when you're ready, come back to the center. And then you can just grab your knees, do a little rocking motion here. This is good for the spine. And come back up, or however you come back up is fine if that doesn't suit you. Then wrist. Open the hands and fingers. And then we're gonna come into boat pose. So from here, you can stay here, and then you can begin to lift up either one leg at a time or both. Remembering to breathe. You may start shaking uncontrollably, but that is a sign that your core is working, because you should be using your core. And if you would like a more difficult challenge, you can also have your hands raised and lift. That was so hard, but it's always good to work on your balance, work on your core strength, and yeah. So some affirmations that I have for you are that I am capable of challenging circumstances, and I continue to move forward despite what's going on in my life. I am safe in my body, and I trust my body to guide me through this life. I am loved deeply and profoundly by the Creator, the Most High. And I love myself because the Most High Creator loved me first. Those are my affirmations for today. And I hope that this practice was a good practice for you, and that you were able to take a moment for yourself today and invest into your spiritual and emotional, physical health, because your temple is sacred and you deserve to live a good quality of life, and that includes taking care of your vessel. Namaste.